shit. It's a lot of noise happening. The couch is so squeaky. Well, hi guys, and welcome to today's ep. What number would this be?
This is 119.
19. Cool.
Wow. I always think it's
Awesome.
actually crazy that we've only filmed 19 episodes when it feels like we've been filming for 5 years. Right? Like, isn't that crazy? Only 19.
Damn, but we've
I
been doing
know.
bonus episodes that haven't been counting towards
That's
the
true.
19.
That's
but
true.
It has been just like basically 19 sit downs.
Right.
So, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. And then I laugh at myself and I'm like, why isn't it taken off? And I'm like, dude, 19. And we've already gone up in followers and like views. Not that that's the only thing that matters, because we've talked about this a million times, that we're making an impact on people's lives, but mostly that we've seen in ourselves.
Yeah.
And so it's definitely significant, but it's like great to see data. Like, I love data.
Yeah.
So it has, gone up in viewership terms, but yeah, I'm like, dude, only 19 times technically.
Damn.
I know.
And then we talked about this, we laughed. I was like, good. So yesterday we went to a birthday party and we were going to come home. It was really ambitious, the idea. We were going to come home and record. But like, the birthday party is very social and
it
we
takes
all
a lot out of you. And we
Yeah.
walked the museum before the birthday.
You know, in the pillow, like it needs the center
We
chop.
literally,
We beat the shit out of these pillows.
yeah, like they need to have the center top. Like, even after it's like 10 p.m. and we're done watching TV, we
get up,
have
we
to
fluff
puff
the
the
couch.
pillows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then when you wake up in the morning and it looks beautiful.
We come out and it's like, model home.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, nothing better.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, okay. So we went to the birthday party. We were being ambitious. We were like, oh yeah, we'll go home and record.
No,
Yeah,
we made a
right.
good dinner and then just watched
Yeah,
TV.
because you have to understand when it's going to be a good thing for you and when it's not, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're so overly productive, but you don't actually have good flow or good brain power, good luck. It's going to turn out like crap.
Yeah. Again, if you listen to the Wednesday episode, we talked about pressure, and we put pressure on ourselves, but also I never want to be an ambitious, lazy person, which sometimes I can be that.
Can you define that?
Well, so
Like what does that look
I'll try.
like?
Well, sometimes this happens to me of like during the day, I want to get so much done, but then I just am being nonchalant about my activities and I just am being more lazy that day.
So
I
like
just
you're
don't
procrastinating
get it done.
things a little bit?
Yeah. Or like you never do it. And that makes me, I don't really have anxiety that much ever, but that gives me anxiety of like, I have so many goals and dreams. Or am I just being lazy by not doing them? Like, what the fuck is actually in my way right now? Me. Most of the time it's me.
Yeah.
And I feel like that gives, like, I sometimes stress out about that of like, am I being lazy? Because I am very ambitious, but I'm also lazy. And I think that's a fine dichotomy. I think that's okay. But sometimes it's actually really not. And yeah, I think about that a lot.
Okay, I see both sides of it, right? Like I see when you have big goals and dreams and like really what's standing in your way is just like you not really feeling in the mood for it. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. But like what if you're like actually tired and your body
No, if
just
you're actually
needs to
tired,
rest?
absolutely.
Or even just not even physically tired, but like just mentally, emotionally, you're kind of not there. Why go do it? I mean, I see both sides, right? Like I see if you force yourself to go do it and you push yourself in that way, you're building that strength. You're kind of like, it's going to be muscle memory at a certain point and you have to start somewhere.
Yeah. I think it's more of like in a bigger sense. I don't really, not often do I think of it day to day because I definitely need to, on a personal level, give myself more time to just chill. But I think of it as like I have really big goals in the long term. Am I actually working towards that? Or am I being an ambitious, lazy person? Like, am I just like putting like, oh man, I would just like really love to do that. Like I should do that. And then I don't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that shit. I totally do that.
I do it too.
It's so, and then I just like kick myself because I'm like, dude, what?
I'm like,
are
you're
you
all
doing?
talk.
Legit.
Yeah.
And if you've heard any of the last 5 episodes we've done,
We're having
all
a
talk
crisis.
and no, it's legit. Talk and no action is so,
Yuck.
it's gross. I'm
It's
sorry.
not
And
a good
we
look.
do it sometimes and like, it's fine sometimes, but I just never want to be that person of like, they're all talk, no action. Like, oh, that's gross. I hate it.
I just
Oh
blew
my
straight into the
God.
mic. I'm so sorry.
But that is a good reaction. I mean, it's just like, I don't want to be that. Like,
yeah.
and sometimes that's why I hesitate to even announce things that we're going to do for Cowboys on here, because when we don't take action for it, I'm just like, oh my God, we're driving the idea that we're all talking no action. So we just need to maybe keep it to ourselves. And then, you know, I know you're going to mention, I can't even say it.
No, I'm not, I don't even know what the fuck you're about to say.
Okay, good. I'm not going to say it.
No. Oh, I know what you're going to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
I say
Which
it
is
every
like
episode.
coming and like, it just like annoys me.
Okay, something that I thought about, again, I was listening to the Alex Cooper podcast with Jay Shetty.
Can't wait to listen.
And she was saying that a lot of times she can seem like a contradiction because
we all are.
we're fluid,
Yeah.
right? Things come up and we change our mind about things, or we have a better idea that we wanted to put it into motion. And she's like, yeah, I don't know what you call him, daddy gang or something. She's like, yeah, my daddy gang.
Yeah, daddy gang.
Yeah.
Dude, call her daddy. Who else listens to that podcast? It's been a minute since I have.
It's been a while since
ooh,
I
I
have.
loved it.
But yeah, it's just, I liked that she said that because it almost created space for me to feel that same way about myself of, yeah, I might say something or go try to do something, and then I decide it's not a good fit. And what am I going to commit to it because I already just set the intention of doing it? No, it's okay to move on from things or to not pursue things if they don't match up with what your bigger picture is. Like, for example, we started a Patreon when we hit 100 episodes. We thought that our path was going to be crowdsourcing from there in terms of financial, like you pay for some of our content, not all of it. And we were going to push that. And then we realized that's not at all what we want for our community. We don't want you guys to have to pay for something like that. We want most of our content to be free, and then our workouts that you pay for. So it's like, okay, but why, if we set out to do a Patreon and then we figured it didn't fit us, but then we committed and kept pushing anyways, that would be dumb.
Yeah.
I would rather explain myself a little bit, even though we don't owe anybody anything, of like, yeah, that doesn't seem like it's a good idea anymore.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that conversation than be like, well, we said we're going to do it, so let's go do it.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
But that's different than what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I just went on a tangent for fun.
Yeah, but that's okay for fun.
Just for fun. I like to hear myself talk, you know?
Yeah. That's why we started a podcast. It's for tests.
Do you ever feel that way? Sometimes when I tell people that I have a podcast, I get the vibe that they think I like to hear myself talk. Like people like stare at me then and they're like, I wonder what she's like on a podcast.
Yeah, I actually never feel that.
Oh.
And I think it's because I have never been talked about in a way of like, oh, Madison's like chatty or diarrhea of the mouth or something. Like you've been like like people have made comments of like you talk, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
I'm always like the more reserved person. So
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have any like former like
so that's
feelings
where it stems
about
from
it.
for me.
Yeah, no. I don't know.
It's so sometimes uncomfortable to tell people you have a podcast. Seriously, guys. Sometimes I'm like, wow. I don't know if you ever feel this way, but
The only reason I feel that, I'm getting better at it because I think we need to put it. No, I feel like I put that behind us. Now I don't feel as weird because it's like a joking thing. Like I just like literally when people are like, "What's your podcast about?" I literally laugh.
Yeah.
Like out loud, and I'm just like, "Here we go," and I just say it, and it usually is fine. And I'm like,
Great.
okay. With each time, I like tweak something different. I'm like, okay, this sounds a little bit better, but also I feel like when a lot of people ask, they're like not actually interested. Like they're just like, "Oh, cool."
Like it's just conversation.
Yes,
to
like
have
they just like
conversation.
exactly, and I'm like, okay, I guess that's just practice for me to do my elevator.
Yeah,
pitch,
you're
you know?
like,
I'm
thank
just like,
you for
whatever.
setting the stage.
Yeah,
for me.
exactly. What was I gonna say about that? What were we just saying?
Oh, we were talking about how it can sometimes be
Oh,
uncomfortable.
be uncomfortable. The only reason I feel it's uncomfortable sometimes is because I don't want people to think that I'm boasting about it. Of like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I have this cool podcast
that's-
with my best friend.
That's
We're
what
just
I was
fucking
saying.
crushing
is like,
it.
Sometimes it's uncomfortable because I almost get like shy about it, which is not good because we've talked
We
about
want to
this.
promote.
Yeah, we're proud, and that's a big
Yeah.
part of being a creative. Is I think we take a back seat because we don't want to come across as boastful. But just even meeting people and they ask, and I'm just. I just feel like when it's the first time I meet someone and they find out I have a podcast, like it's my time to shine. I've got to sell it. Like it just feels like a high pressured situation when it's not.
Yeah.
It's not at all. But I just put this pressure on myself to like, make sure you hit it, kid. Make sure you say what it is in a good way.
It's the pressure thing. We must be really feeling that theme because the last episode was all about pressure.
Yeah.
It was funny though. Today I was teaching class this morning and this woman came in early and she had asked me, she was like, we were talking about something and she goes, okay, so like what do you do? Like, as if me teaching Pilates, like, isn't an okay enough job, like, just on its own. Do you go to school too, or like anything else? I was like, I see that. Yeah.
You're like, I feel something about this.
Yeah, I was like,
now.
I was like trying not to put any attachments to it. I was just like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And like, I was like feeling how I was feeling. And then I was just like, let's just go straight in for the podcast. And then I told her about that. And she was just like, blank expression on her face, you know, like as if that wasn't still not good enough, you know? Like, oh, you're not studying to be a doctor. Okay, never mind. She was like, oh, I don't even know what podcasts are. I was like, I'm going to go over there now.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just going to leave this conversation immediately.
Yeah, it's just so funny. And again, that's me putting meaning behind whatever she was thinking. I don't know what her blank stare meant. Maybe she like literally just like
processing.
Who the fuck knows? Yeah. Yeah.
But that's just us feeling like we have to sell it. We have to make sure, like, we need to prove ourselves in a sense, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm not so like, now I actually don't think it's really me letting people down with what I have to say about the podcast. I just genuinely think that it's like, they're not really interested. Like, even if I said, like, you know what, we give $1 million out with each listen to the listener, they would literally not even hear it. Like, they're so wrapped up in their own shit that they'd be like, cool.
Sometimes it, dude. I cry.
Straight
up.
up.
When you talk to people, it feels like that. You're like, I could actually be saying something that extreme, but you're in your own
like
world
I am
so much.
God. Yeah. Like, I literally can turn water to wine, and they just don't. Nothing goes in
because they're in their own world, and so it's like
they only hear what they want to hear.
They're half listening, dude. You have me crying. Also, Madison and I laugh all the time because she makes me laugh so hard. She's like, dude, I literally feel like a comedian around you.
Yeah, I do feel like a comedian. Like, the other day, we were in a not so safe neighborhood, and we're walking to the car, and Tess has to click her like unlock button of her car like multiple times in order for the passenger side to unlock. And so I'm to the car first, and I'm holding onto the door handle, and she's approaching the car, and we hear some weird ass noises coming, and I just like look at her, and I'm like pulling on the handle like a million times. And she starts laughing so hard, and we just get in the car, and we're just like, dude, we have the same humor.
Yeah. And I was like, thank God. I mean, it'll be hard pressed to find. I mean, I hope that I can find someone.
People listening are like, yeah, we don't actually think Madison's that funny.
No, they're like, that was actually.
She's dorky.
Yeah, dorky. Oh my God, though.
Dude.
I don't care if you think she's funny.
No,
or
I am
not.
a little dorky.
I think you're funny.
Yeah, thanks. That's all I care about. Yeah.
You make me laugh.
Oh my God.
Maybe my laugh helps encourage the listener.
The listeners are like, oh my God, it was funny.
Oh,
okay, Tess laughed. Yeah, exactly. We're holding up like the laughing sign. Applause. Oh no.
That'd be great.
Yeah, wow.
Great. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we needed to cover.
I have one thing on my notebook that I didn't mention in Wednesday's episode, which is I feel, and this is based off of many events, but also yesterday we went to a birthday party at the Getty, which we mentioned on Wednesday.
We get it. You went to a birthday party.
Cool.
Yeah.
Also, if you have access to the Getty Museum, like the main Getty and even the Malibu one, literally only $20 to park, and admission is free. You just have to pay $20 to park all day. And with just the $20, you get access to the Malibu one too. You could literally have a full day of museums, and it's so beautiful there. Bring your picnic blanket, like some snacks, walk through the museum, like sit on the lawn. It's amazing.
Should Madison do PR for the Getty?
No, legit. And it's such beautiful grounds. Like, it was a great experience. Yeah. But anyway, I was thinking, like, my world and network is expanding so much, and I really like it.
Yeah.
Like, even though it's really intimidating to go into a group of new people, and like every single time I do it, I'm just like, there's so much hesitation. I'm really intimidated. But afterwards, I'm like, that was good.
Yeah.
Like, even if you make one new friend out of 20, it's so worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like it.
I agree. Yeah. I feel so good about that too. I feel like we've been really involved with the network lately. We've been putting ourselves out there. We've been showing up to things and like big events, and it's just really fun to be connecting with people in real life, especially after like that couple year span of COVID and shit where you just like weren't really going out and meeting new people. I met a lot of people during COVID actually, just virtually, which was so interesting. Mm-hmm. Like when I did my virtual Pilates classes, I met people through that. But yeah, it's just really nice to be in person again and like feel someone's presence and look them in the eye and actually make that sort of connection, because that's the kind of stuff that stays with you.
Oh my gosh. I absolutely love it.
Oh, instant friends.
Yeah, it's cute. And then just reconnecting with old friends. But I think that's also another cool thing. And not to say that you couldn't do what we're doing if you're in a relationship, but it's cool that you and I are both single, because I feel like we're just opening up new doors right and left, because there's no like restriction of like, oh wait, you're gonna go hang out with a guy right now? That's weird.
Okay, this brings up something that happened this morning. So at the studio, I was chatting with a gal who just got back from vacation with her fiance, and we found out that we both, I mean, okay, it's really hard for me to say that I lived in New York because it was such a short amount of time.
Yes.
But she had lived there for like a few years, and we found out that we had that in common. So we were chit-chatting about it, and I told her how I was just there visiting, and she was like, oh yeah, I haven't been since like 2018. I really need to get back. And I was like, if you ever want to go, like, you just let me know. I'll literally fly out there with you. Like, I have friends out there that I love to go see. So we were just chit-chatting about that. And then she was saying that, like, you know, sometimes it's hard to travel when you've got a significant other because they have opinions about it, or, you know, it can be kind of hard to say, oh, I just want to go by myself and visit my friends, and you're not necessarily invited to come with me. But I was encouraging her to set that up now, because no better time than now to do something like that, to like kind of establish that within your relationship of like, sometimes I go do things by myself and that's okay. But that was something we connected on. Was I shared with her that I didn't, for many, many years when I was in a serious relationship, I didn't travel alone or as much as I would have liked to with my friends in that period of time. And that's definitely something I wish I had done more of. And I was like, take it from me, like, do it now while you can. Like, if you feel the urge to go to New York and visit your friends and go out there solo, then do it. It doesn't mean anything about your relationship or that you don't want to spend time with that person. But I think that it can be such a slippery slope when you don't establish your independence within a relationship. You just kind of fall into one another, and you just always end up doing the same thing, and everything blends in and bleeds together. And that's amazing and very beautiful. But if you do that too often, then you kind of lose that sense of self. And so you bringing up me being single now, like, I'm doing things, including going to birthday parties and stuff, and like just going out and meeting people that I would not have been doing.
Definitely not.
Yeah. Taking vacations I wouldn't have gone on, meeting up with people I wouldn't have met up with, just all of the above. And yeah, so I just like that brought that up in my mind of, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Going out and pushing yourself and doing social things, including birthday parties, including travel.
Yeah.
So huge.
It really is. Yeah. And I think that the next relationship that you and I are in, we will create that boundary right from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
it's just a big sense of self.
Yeah. If I feel restricted in any sort of relationship, I'm like, I need to run the other direction at like 100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really hate that shit.
I wouldn't say that I felt like restricted in that way. It was just, I didn't realize it was happening until it had happened, you know? Like, I didn't realize that I wasn't traveling with my friends and all that stuff until I looked back at my timeline and was like, oh, righty then. Mm-hmm. We didn't do a lot that we should have done.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, did I travel with my girlfriends and stuff? Of course. As often as I would have liked? No. Mm-hmm. No. That's okay.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, especially like going to visit men who are friends. It's interesting. I don't know if anyone, also side note is that we're doing 2 episodes a week now. Obviously this is recorded on another day from our main day, but we were talking before this and we were just silent. We're like, God, we do not know what to talk about. And I'm like, let's just wing it. Dude, we're killing it. Seriously, I was like, good for us. Like, just fully coming up with a new topic, like
on the spot,
on the fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. But I talk about this with Tess a lot and with other girlfriends of mine, is like, it's hard to have male friends. Like, I have never succeeded in that except for one male friendship where it's like hard to be friends with men, in my opinion, or like my personal experience. And the person, like, one of us doesn't want to sleep with another, you know, unless like they're gay, obviously, probably not. But like with a straight male, it's like I have not had a solid friendship except for one.
Okay. I've had a few. And I feel like we have a new one now.
Yes. Yeah, totally. I'm like, oh, but
yeah.
it's nice, like, and I, you know,
Just when there's
obviously
like no sexual energy there. It's just like platonic.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's rare. And I'm not trying to put that narrative for me of like, oh, I can only be in relationships with guys and like never friendship. Like it's always intimate. I don't want that to be a part of my narrative, but I'm glad that it's changing as I get older.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, it is possible.
I think it's a vibe thing. I think it's something that, well, actually, I don't know. I was gonna say it's a vibe thing. It's kind of like the vibe that you put out, but it's not like you've been like, ooh, well, it's really come to mama.
No, it's interesting though, because I always tell Tessa it's like, and this has been like a weird thing for me where I'm like, that's kind of fucked up. Is like, if a guy is interested in me or wants to hang out with me, it's purely for like, do you want to be my girlfriend? Do you want to sleep with me? And I'm like, no, I just want to be your friend. Then they just dip.
Oh, that's the worst.
That's why I'm like, what, am I not good enough as like a friend? Yeah. But like I'm just like, okay.
Bang or be in a relationship, but not be homies.
Correct.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
We had to ask. This is good. We had to ask a friend of ours online why this has been happening. Like Madison getting a lot of kind of male attention in the online world. Yeah, like unwarranted.
Yeah.
And something that a philosophy or a theory he had about it was that there's a lot of things at play here. One is just kind of like that's the way the man is right now. And it's just they're throwing themselves at you and seeing what lands.
Yeah.
Another is that you're like innocent and cute. And then they want to like see if they can reel you in and lure you over.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't remember what the other one was.
I don't remember. Like I feel like I saw the explanation and I was just like, okay.
Interesting theory.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, her DMs. Woo!
Sometimes it's just like man. I don't know.
Interesting. I mean, we've all had our fair share of weird DMs, haven't we?
Yes. But it just is really interesting. You're just like, what energy am I putting out there for that to be like me to be perceived or received in that way?
Of of people thinking that you're open to receiving these messages.
Yeah.
Like what is going on here?
Yeah. Like what about me says that? You know? I don't know. It's weird. And also like I do want male friends. Like it's so annoying to me. I do. I'm like, what smiling. The fuck? She's like,
I want male friends.
Oh, I do because it sucks. Like, sorry, I don't want to have sex with like 99% of you. You know, like
totally.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude. And then they get all pouty, and you're just like, are you kidding?
Like, literally,
yuck.
Gross. Yeah. Like now, I definitely don't want to be your friend. Yeah. Like, come on. Yeah.
Or they try to convince you that like maybe you actually do.
Like, are you sure? And I'm like, I am like 1,000% positive.
Like, could not be more certain on this. Thank you so much for checking back in.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate it. But the narrative is the same. It's a no.
Yeah. Yeah. The circle back, beautiful.
Yeah.
Still
Seinfeld
a no.
moment, it's a no.
Still a no.
Hard no. Yeah. It's interesting. We'll see where the future takes us. I mean, yeah. We'll see. Surely.
That did bring a big smile to my face thinking of like all the things that have been coming up. We've talked about them. It's not like you guys are in the dark about this. Like we talked about it 2 episodes ago maybe.
Yeah.
Of just like there was like some basically nudes and there was like married men and I'm just like, whoa, this is energy we are not looking for.
No, it's really weird. Like thank you maybe. And like some way my ego is like, oh, I'm validated like slightly because
like you're hot and everybody wants you.
Yeah. And then like that's for a second I think that and then I'm just like, no. Ew. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, really interesting. But
all right.
We'll keep you guys updated on that.
Yeah. And have a great weekend if you're listening to this on a Friday.
Absolutely. Happy whatever day of the week it is for you. And I feel like I just said this because I did, but it was on the last episode. But subscribe. Give us a like on YouTube if you're watching. Rate the pod.
Make
You know?
sure you tell your friends about it.
Totally. We're working on our elevator pitch. If you ask us, it's going to be better each and every time.
This is true.
Yeah.
I won't freeze
Mm-hmm.
and go, ha, and look at Madison, which happened
Which
yesterday.
that happened. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But it's okay because
Like,
it's kind of funny.
What's your podcast about? And I was like, this is a great question. It's like, I just did it to her. I literally was like,
so funny.
let me step aside.
But I just laughed.
Madison's got it.
Yeah. I was just like, okay, I'll fucking say it.
Here I go.
Like, jump into the deep end. Yeah.
All right, but seriously, tell your friends about it because word of mouth, as we all know, is
It's so
grassroots.
strong.
It's the biggest
Yes.
way to get people to be a part of the cowboy community.
Absolutely. And we're a fun time over here. Getting better with each episode, I think, truly. Yeah.
Look at us patting ourselves on the back.
We have to, honestly.
Someone's got it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All
Which
right.
you guys do.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We love you.
Yeah. But we got to physically do it.
All right, guys. Until
Good
next
job.
time. Talk soon.
It's so lame. Talk soon. Aw. That's going to be the cover photo is this.
I hate this place. Bye.